So welcome everyone who's joined us for the online session on virtual forestry insights and online IFSS. Shortly, for people who don't know what is IFSS, it's the International Forestry Student Symposium, which is the biggest annual meeting of all IFSA members worldwide, which is this year happening in Germany. And me and Elif are part of the organizing committee. We are doing together communications, and I am also a student in Eberswalde, which is close to Berlin, and Elif will tell you where she is. And yeah, we're really happy to present you our information and our insights from working with virtual forestry. So yeah, we later have also some room for questions, discussions if you like, so don't hesitate. And yeah, I would say, Elif, it's your stage now.
Thank you very much, Nele. So I will also give a brief introduction about myself. I'm currently based in Estonia, and I have been involved with IFSA during my bachelor's and master's studies, but recently I have graduated in landscape architecture program here. And I'm part of the communications team at the IFSS organizing committee, and I'm mostly helping with design. So today, our presentation will consist of two parts. The first part, I will give you brief insight about online IFSS, and yeah, you will see in a minute. And the second part will follow again with Nele about the virtual forestry insights. So without further ado, let's start with the first section of today, which is online IFSS. So today I will talk about at first what is online IFSS, and then I will give you information about who can participate and why you should join. And following that, we will be sharing how to join and also what's the next steps that you could do. As Nele mentioned, IFSS is the biggest annual IFSA event for forestry students all around the world, and it holds a crucial place on IFSA's decision making, as well as networking with students and also having the experience of different countries and cultures, as well as, of course, forests. And the online IFSS is a new addition to IFSS. It makes the event more accessible and inclusive for all students that doesn't have the opportunity to travel if they are in far countries or if they don't have the opportunities. And the online IFSS concept actually was introduced during the COVID pandemic, and we had the experience to last year to hold IFSS in hybrid, and before that the IFSS actually was only held as online. But this year we would like to continue this new edition, also have IFSS in Germany more accessible and have it hybrid and give opportunity to participate for everyone. And online IFSS, of course, allows students from all backgrounds to participate without the financial burden of traveling, which can be very problematic if you don't have the opportunities or the restrictions with your travels. And online IFSS, of course, expands the reach of IFSS, enabling more students to join the activities and also learn more from the professionals that take part in the event with the recorded sessions or live stream sessions. So who can participate? The main target audience is the whole IFSA members, but the event itself is open for everyone to join and listen, which will be streamed online, so everyone has the opportunity to just join and take advantage of it. And but this excludes the general assemblies, which is only enclosed to IFSA members itself. But why you should join the online IFSS? You have the opportunity to learn more about the forestry in Germany, as similar as the in-person participants that will be at the event physically. And you can also learn more about IFSA and how IFSA works if you're not familiar with IFSA before. You can, of course, connect with other online participants as well as the in-person participants with our communication channels that we will talk about later. And you can contribute to the discussion we will have during the event online, regardless you're not there physically. So what to expect during online IFSS? Same as the in-person IFSS, there will be the seminars live streamed from the peers, and the recordings also will be available to watch anytime if you have the time zone constraints, and if the time doesn't fit for you, you can just check it out later. And we will also have podcast series, which will be special to the IFSS in Germany, including 3 episodes, which will have different topics about forestry, about IFSA in general, and you can also keep updated about this from our social media channels. As mentioned, there will be also live streams from the special events, such as the official opening ceremony of the event, and you can also just take part in this without being physically there. And also, as I mentioned earlier, you will have the opportunity to network with students from all around the world. Okay, and if we go to how to join, so the main communication between participants and OC will be in Telegram. You will see the link to join here, but in the next slide I will also share the QR code where you can open and just join right away. And the streaming will be through IFSA official IFSA YouTube channel, which will be open for everyone, as I mentioned. Only the General Assembly sessions will be held over Zoom for IFSA members. And here you can just take the time, just a couple of minutes. You can join the Telegram channel from this link. At the moment, if you join the channel, you will see some sections, and there is also a section that is called Meet and Greet. You can just hop on there and just introduce yourself and already start to meeting with new people. And other channels are generally, there are the online IFSS announcements channel, which the moderators only will share about the news, what's happening, and when the event starts. And then there is the IFSS LAN channel, which is as casually you can just have a conversation, and it's not only like constricted to admins to post there. And lastly, there's the channel which is called Questions to the OC. You can join this channel to ask questions to the OC if you have any. And yeah, so far we have these channels, but there might be more coming soon in the later days. So hoping you all to join here, but you can also join later. Of course, we will be sharing this also on our social media. So what's next? The online IFSS program will be available very soon at the IFSS webpage, where you can take a further look about our agenda and what you will expect to happen. And of course, don't forget to join us at the Telegram channel to be kept up to date, and also follow us on our social media channels. And see you at online IFSS. Now I will give the floor to Nele.
So, jumping now from the IFSS to also something online which we could explore is the virtual forestry insights, which we wanted to give to you to prepare yourself before IFSS, to get a picture of German forest, but also, yeah, while IFSS, explore some forests, because it doesn't mean you have to be here to explore the forest on your own and interactively. So we wanted to show you some really cool tours you can make. And here's a small outline. So first of all, I want to talk with you, why do we even need world perspectives? Then I want to show you the digital forest lab in Salde. I want to show you the Planterwald project, the Wilderness Explorer, and the key takeaways. So let's start with, why do we need virtual perspectives? And for me, as I've been working since a year in this scene, it's totally the interdisciplinarity of the transfer of knowledge. So I can combine knowledge so much better because it's easy one click away. It's not I have to look for another book or I have to make myself my own graphics. It's already somebody already thought of that and is trying to visualize that online. And also to learn and to think with foresight in the face of slow cycle processes. So systemic thinking, how are we looking at ecosystems? It's nothing steady, it's always changing. And this is the same online, things are always changing, and we can learn this online too. And so we are dealing with a variety of media to make this learning as easy and accessible for everyone, because not everyone has the same learning approach. So some people have a great approach with graphics, but some other just like to read some text or a video. So I think you can have all of this included, and this is really beautiful to have every kind of learning included. And also intrinsic motivation is awakened, because you don't have to do that. It's all about your interest. You click through those applications to find something for yourself, and even have some playful aspects. It's called serious gaming in the professional term. And so you explore something interactively and still have some playful aspect to it, because playing is not just for kids, it's for everyone at every age. So yeah, and some other aspects for virtual perspective is the publicity, public assessment. Like everyone can enter the spaces without being limited to money or to space, or yeah. So you're not limited and have a repeatable learning field where you can go back and say, oh, what was that there again? So I can stop the video, I can jump back again and see what they said there. And also critical thinking is more aroused, because there's no teacher telling you this is the truth, but there's different aspects shown, and you can decide if this is valuable to me, and I can check even the sources. Like if my professor is telling me something, it's not likely I will Google the sources right after, but if I have a text in front of me, I can take my time and look, oh, the sources are interesting, and I maybe look for more. And also it's engaging in self-critical perception and effect of visual stimuli on oneself and others. So, oh, okay, if I look at the forest now on a screen, I can easier distinguish different qualities. I can easier see, oh, the crowns look weird. Or yeah, it's just a change of perspective. I don't say anything is better or worse. And yeah, it's a more in-depth information that promotes discussion, because you always have feedback spaces. You can write the creators, and even in online IFSS, you could have like, hey, I've seen that in a virtual tour. Is it really like this in Germany? You could even text us this in a Telegram channel. We are really open for forestry questions as well. And yeah, so in the end, why do we need them? Because it's no replacement of excursions. Of course, we all need to go to the forest, see it with our own eyes, and explore it with our own eyes, touch it, smell it, and also hear in studies and from professors from it, because this is not replaceable, but we can enable other people from far away to look in forests all over the world, and it broadens possibilities for everyone to see another forest. How is forest management differing in between those? And we can compare, we can talk about it, because IFSA is a learning platform, is a network platform, so we can exchange our ideas of forestry, we can discuss them, and we hope to enable something like this, a more feedback loop in forestry, when we can display how forestry is working in other countries online. And the most important, as I said, is accessibility. With a steady internet connection, that is again some limitation, of course, but this is still also here in Germany not always the state of mind that I always have the best internet connection to be able to visit those tours. But I think internet is limiting to every kind of education which is happening online. Okay, so we jump now to a kind of personal topic to me, because it's the project I've been working with the last year. This is no self-advertisement, it's just we wanted to show you some projects, and as I worked there, I can have a deeper insight in the project, what's the process. So we've designed the Digital Forest Lab Haselberg. And you're like, okay, what is Haselberg? It's just a really, really small village in Germany next to Berlin, in the east of Berlin. And the university has a small piece of forest owned there, and they can manage it as they want to. So it's my task to observe and coordinate this forest stand. And we had the idea, what if we digitalize a forest, and we digitalize how we manage and how do we look at it, with kind of which perspectives do we need to take if you own the forest. And the end product is an innovative real laboratory, and which offers now kind of a digitalized version of the forest in 360-degree format. It's part of virtual reality learning and is open to everyone interested in the topic. So please share it in the end, and please don't Google the project now, because I'm going to show you now the project here in the live stream. In the end, I will give you all the links to the tours I'm presenting here, so you can explore after the session by yourself. And it's including LiDAR data, so light detecting and ranging, which is one of the most modern kind of ways to digitalize a forest, but also just 360-degree imagery. We have a lot of different, maybe I just show it to you so you can get a picture from it. So here it is, the Digital Forest Lab. I hope everyone can see it. Elif, can you give me a small feedback if you can see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, great, amazing. So we're at the Digital Forest Lab, and as you can see, you're kind of arrived in the forest, and you already have a 360-degree picture, which is, I think, now running really slow because my internet connection is not the best. Classic Germany. But here in the forest, it's even worse because we don't have internet, so I don't complain. We have the first picture, which is the starting of the forest stand. Here you can see a beautiful monoculture of firs and also pine. And here's our piece of forest. So you have in the middle control instructions, which are giving you an idea how you can move here, which I now won't explain, but you can later explore. We have project information, which are leading to the website. On the website, you find information how this project is formed, and you can also find an interactive map where you can see the current weather situation at the forest stand. So you see here, Germany, Berlin, and then here's velocity of wind. You can also have different aspects, for example, temperature, clouds, precipitation, sunshine hours, and so on. So you can explore around here, what's the stand like. And in the end, our supporters. And if you want to know more about how to use the Virtual Forest Tour, you can read here about the contents of the chapters. But you have me now, so you don't need to read this. Basically, we have 3 chapters of this forest tour, Virtual Forest Tour. The first one is forest ecology, and it's kind of a repetition of the first semesters of studying forestry in Germany. Here you have an introduction to the basic points we are speaking here of. For example, how do we define a forest? And the German Forest Act, how in German forestry is seen as. In all of the tour, you have these beautiful polygons, which are selectable trees and often hidden. So you just find them if you're like hovering around. For example, here is a Norway spruce, which is interactive, and when you click on it, it shows you a piece of wood of Norway spruce. Further, you have in the first station those trees, those icons, which are all clickable. And for example, this icon is all about tree species fact sheets. So you have a lot of different information about, for example, the European beech. And they're shown pictures and different aspects like their diameters, roots, leaves, fruit, and so on, and additional information if you want to know more. Also, those boxes provide always a source. So if you want to know where do I have that information from, you go to the website, to the knowledge portal, and there you can find all our sources for all the boxes. So if you ever want to see where we got the information from, you want to read more about something, you go there and you find everything towards it. So this is kind of the start of the tour, but you see here a small gray thing which you can pull up, and it shows you an overview of all the chapters. You can see here, this is your kind of red thread in this tour. You have an introduction where we started, the basics of forest ecology, which is tree species, fauna, soil of the forest. Then we have forest management, a second chapter, and the perspectives. The perspectives are still in work and are under construction, kind of. You also find this here, which is a map of the forest stand, which is not loading. Now it is. Where you can see where you're at. For example, currently you're at the tree species part, which is here, and fauna is here, and soil of the forest here. The other points of the map you can find in the other chapter, so you first have to enter that one. This is about, you can even have full screen mode, which is here, and yeah, again, a recap on the control system. So this is kind of the basics, how to read this tour. Again, you can explore some hidden trees here, and then you just go further to fauna, for example, and you find different videos of animals we've found at our forest. So here's, for example, a female deer, which is marking her territory. And right next to it, we have the fact sheet of the female deer. Those pictures are all made from our forest, and you have cameras all over the forest to see what kind of animals are hopping around. Here's a longer video about all the animals we found there. And we even found some really cute boars, which are really curious and even see the camera, so they can actually detect if the camera is on, which I found really cute. Yeah, so, and here's again some fact sheets about the animals in the forest, which are found in Germany. And don't forget, this tour is just about the forest in Germany. like this, specifically this forest stand I'm coordinating, and this plan to have maybe more different forests. You even can do that yourself. It's really easy actually. And we have also downloadable contents here, which is kind of cool, and they're English and German mostly. Yeah, and before I spoil it too much, I just want to show you the last thing. All those tours have interactive videos, and you can, for example, which video do you want to see? Maybe this one. You have to allow YouTube to be used here, and then all of our videos have English subtitles, and you can, how to set this here, and you can see also how long they are, and they are also with all of our professors have worked with us. This one, for example, is explaining the latest scan on the point cloud data. And yes, there's a lot of ways to access this tour. So I think I talked enough about my own project. We are still under construction and still open for others to join. If you have any ideas how to make, which contents are also important regarding forestry to you and or others. Because this project is a laboratory, as I said, and we are all trying to improve constantly. So this is no final product. This is growing in the process, because students can interact here and tell us what they want. Professors can tell us what they want to have there, because they are using this for lectures or preparation for excursions and lectures. And also students use this, for example, as an application of theoretical knowledge learned in university to see it practically transferred, which is the aim of this whole tour, to show a practical forest stand. How do we regard this? How do we classify the wood? How do we harvest? This is all happening in here. So we're really trying to show the holistic picture of forest management. And even people writing their bachelor and master's thesis in this project, we have already some done, and always open for more. On the University of Sustainable Development of IFSA, where I'm studying. So yeah, this is about the Digital Forest Lab, and to then go further, because there's not just my project, there's others, and I also want to show them to you. There is further a tour, which is not really a picture, but it's a video, so you can move with the camera and always turn around and show. This is a different kind of approach, but also really interesting. It's called White Forest of Germany. Also a really interesting tour. It's showing wilderness in Germany, which is kind of rare, because Germany just has approximately 2% of forest area protected. So Germany is covered by 30% with forests, but just 2% are protected without any usage. And one can discuss if this is necessary and if the concept of wilderness is still applicable. I just want to mention that here for your information. We're also going to discuss this in IFSS. So if you're more interested in joining the online session and so on, we can talk about this there. And yeah, so I will later give you the link for the wilderness, and I just show you shortly, but I'm not sure if my PC is running this now on stream. So don't be disappointed when I show you the website. This is the website of Wilderness Forest. So they're giving all of the information about protected forests in Germany and its diversity. And there's a drone flying through the forest. That's what I'm saying, and having the 360 degree. So here's some information, and then you have the YouTube video, which you start, and I won't run this now because I think my PC will collapse then. But you can have even an insight on the production, and they even have some pictures of the 360-degree footage, and you can see here more about this. And yeah, so maybe later you have some fun here. Then there's another tour which I would like to present to you, and my collection is lost. I hope you can still hear me.
We can still hear you.
Okay. Then my PC is just making it up. Further, we have the Planterwald 360-degree. And this tour is kind of special because it has a really specific approach. I don't know if any of you know the concept of a Planterwald, but this is in Germany, it was kind of a geeky thing from old times to have a forest with different kind of stages of growth. There is no monoculture, there is better diversity of tree species and also soil species, and it is said to be one of the most productive and healthy forest management types. But as I said, I'm just presenting. It's also discussable. It's a huge topic in forestry in Germany. And this one is highly produced because it had different kind of support from the government. So don't compare too much between these tours, because you always have to see the financial point of creating those. This, for example, is made by a private company and was supported by the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry in Germany. And the other project was also supported by the government, Nature Conservation Ministry, and my project is, for example, just supported by one foundation. So it's always about the scopes, the approach, and the money, unfortunately. But that's why we're sharing all these projects, and they are all public accessible. That's just really cool to have. So this tour has the approach, as I said, of focusing just on one forestry kind or one silvicultural manner. And if we go there now with my PC, it has those amazing image of the German Black Forest. The Black Forest is also a national park, but I think this part here not, because it's managed. And you can see it's a really beautiful landscape. It's really broad, and they have this amazing image of a bar forest. So you can imagine how big it is. Here you don't really get an idea how to start, but I was told you start from the left and you go to the right. But you can also just orientate yourself here on the bottom, where they're showing the structure of how they intended you to use this platform. This is also an educational platform and is made to educate forestry students, and goes to forest growth, natural regeneration, risks, forest management, conversion, and primary forests. So really interesting chapters. I may just go to the primary forest because it's my favorite one, which has amazing images, which are made with drones. And as I said,
häufig wird nach den Unterschieden zwischen Planterwald und Urwald
produced in a really, really great quality. And they have also English subtitles. Everything is in German from the sound, but subtitles are always German. And yeah, there's even some drone flights along, and you can see the 360-degree pictures are really, really beautiful of old growth forest in the planter world there. So have a look there. This is really something worth to see. And yeah, as I said, I didn't make this project. I just can just tell you what I see here. So they have also a lot of graphics explaining planter and non-planter forest, some rules for planter forest, if you're really into that really deep topic. And they have also tree data. Yeah, so also worth exploring. Also, you can have a bigger map here, which is now changed to satellite imagery. And here you can see the huge area of forest we're accessing. This is all the Black Forest. And yes, really, really beautiful forest of Germany, where we also gonna pass with the IFSS, but I think we won't see much of it. Here are the Alps, and here is the Black Forest region, so you get an idea of it. Okay, so this is all about the Planterwald project, which I also really like, and it's really fun to watch because they have also a really cool moderator who is guiding you through the project. And yes, in the end, my key takeaways, and this is just from my view. So I think it's a great application of virtual ecosystems to have a better picture of global ecosystems. And I would ask you, if you later look at some of the projects and like them, share them with friends, with other study colleagues who are interested or could be interested, and yeah, distribute it. I mean, education is for everyone. It's all freely accessible, and even interconnecting them. For example, there's, as you can see, already some really beautiful projects, but they're not interlinked with each other. So, for example, going to one website and then being led to the other to have a bigger picture is also really beautiful. And I think this is really crucial in conservation and management education, also like just ecosystemic education, to build a global kind of eco-cation system. So eco-education is really important. And yeah, in the end, this is all for free. So from my view, this is decapitalizing education. We don't need to travel thousands of kilometers to see another forest, but of course it's better in real life, I know this, but you already have a picture. It's not that you can't see anything of it, and I think this is already valuable. And yeah, sharing is caring. And I now put you all the links in the chat, and I also put it on YouTube under this video because we're going to upload this, so you can jump to all of those projects. So be aware. I'm just getting the links for you, and I hope you all enjoyed our session. And if you have any questions now, we're really open to answer them or even discuss with you. And yeah, thank you for coming. You can also email us, communications@IFSS. No problem, Nele. Nice you've been here. You can also, in the IFSS Telegram channel, if you afterwards find something really interesting or you want to discuss something about contents in the tour, we're open to that. Or if you later have questions about those tours, just write us an email. We hope we can answer them.